Hello guys, Lucas here from Stoic Crypto Investing. Today we look at the reason why Dave Ramsey, the popular financial advisor, does not like Bitcoin. In fact, he thinks Bitcoin is stupid and really speculative. For that reason, I have here a video ready that shows his point of view and his co-workers' point of view of crypto and why they decide not to invest into it, and we will just have a look at all of that right now.
This is in New York City. Hey, Chris, how can we help?
Hey, Dave. Hey, Ken. Great to.
So what you gotta know is that first of all, he always takes some calls from outsiders. They ask a question of financials, and in this case, it's basically a cryptocurrency question.
To be on the show.
Thanks. How can we help?
Yeah. Real quick, I just want to give a shout out to my girlfriend Maria Jose. She told me to call in. Reason I'm calling is because I've got a lot of friends who are buying into cryptocurrency, and my investments are all in mutual funds like you recommend.
Yeah, that's a big reason why people invest in cryptocurrencies because, like they see friends, relatives, or somebody else doing well in their crypto investing, and they think, I can do the same and also get the returns. Usually, when they invest, it's already kind of too late because, after the gains are already made, the market has to increase a lot more until you make some significant gains. I don't say that's it's not possible, but especially in crypto, it's possible that to happen. But then greed comes and everything like that, and that's not what you want to do. I personally also missed the moments to cash out those moments when the peak happened, and that was just the case because first of all I was greedy, second of all you can't time the market, and that's why I always say here on this channel Stoic Crypto Investing that you gotta look at the long term. If you invest in crypto, then for 5, 10, 15 years and not just to make a quick buck.
And I'm hearing about Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and all these other things. And I just wanted your thoughts on how to respond when people try to pressure you to invest into this stuff, and maybe even get your thoughts on cryptocurrency in general.
Okay.
I wouldn't do it.
Why?
Because I think it's still very speculative. We've already seen big highs and big lows, and I think it's still rocky. I do think that crypto is coming to stay. I think right now it's a lot of speculation, and until it gets adopted and we start seeing businesses move that way, I'd stay on the sidelines, and it's not a part of our investment strategy.
That's an interesting statement that he thinks it's really volatile, like speculative. The price goes up and down a lot. I can understand that if you are not the person that wants to do that, you don't have to invest and speculate in Bitcoin. But as I have already said, if you invest in Bitcoin, you better do it for the long term because then you won't really care about the price fluctuations. And even he admitted that Bitcoin is most likely going to stay. And if it's going to stay, and there are always going to be less Bitcoin as the adoption moves on. So the value of Bitcoin will also go up, most likely. So there is a good reason why people take the risk and speculate on it and want to try to make money that way.
At Ramsey Solutions either. So there's that too, which Dave, you're far more versed in that than I am. But I follow what you
it's
say.
had an incredible year.
Yeah.
People made a lot of money on it this year, without a doubt. No question about that. But they make a lot of money on cocaine too.
That's right.
And they make a lot of money on playing futures, and they make a lot of money at the blackjack table, and they make a lot of money betting football. But these are not investment strategies.
That's correct.
These are things that you can jump into or jump out of that are uber unbelievable high risk.
Mm-hmm.
And so the problem is that people don't perceive the risk in Bitcoin, and it's there.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Dave Ramsey here. The risk in Bitcoin is definitely here. It's still a new currency. Yeah, Bitcoin, yeah, it's a little older than 10 years. And yeah, I can understand him that he doesn't want to take the risk with his money because it's so risky. He wants to put it in something safe, especially in his situation since he has a lot of money. Then he still gets a good return with a little percentage. So if you put 1 million in and get 10%, that's already $100,000 that you receive, um, yeah, before taxes, and that's pretty good. But if you are young and want to take some risk, then and you have the money, then it doesn't matter.
It's not fully adopted. They made a lot of money this year. Made a lot of money in gold a few years ago too. And I'm telling people not to buy gold. And all the gold bugs are going, Dave Ramsey's an idiot. He doesn't understand. No, Dave Ramsey completely understands. I've lost my butt in a bunch of high risk investments over the years. I quit doing it.
Yeah, here is it. He quit doing higher risk investments because he has already burned himself with that, and that's totally understandable. But I don't know if he had a deep dive into the mechanics of Bitcoin. If you want to do that, I link a video up here that explains everything that you gotta know, the most important parts of Bitcoin. And yeah, it's understandable, it's his choice. And he definitely has the parts where he knows a lot about. And that's also the reason why he is rich. And I always find it fascinating, even if it's Warren Buffett or like Dave Ramsey, they know what they are good at and they know what they are not good at. And they only focus on the things that they are good at. And that's basically a strength. And he sees that he does not want to go further with Bitcoin and Dogecoin, obviously. But I personally also think that Dogecoin is just gambling a little bit because it's just a meme coin. Yeah, they are really good at figuring out what in what they are good and in what they are not that good, and then they just focus on the things that they are good, and that's the reason why he is successful. But what I now want to show is, first of all, that's not investment advice. I just want to show you different opinions why people actually, yeah, do want to invest in crypto and why people don't want to invest in crypto. But if you decide in crypto, then Dave Ramsey has definitely some great tips. And here I gotta show you the baby steps. And if you want to invest in crypto, I don't say that you have to, but if you do that, then you should have this setup. So first of all, you got to have $1,000 or whatever currency you have in savings just in an emergency. Because if you don't have that and invest all your money in crypto or other assets, then you get screwed. You have an emergency, and then you got to sell your crypto at a lower price or whatever, your stocks, and then you lose money, and you don't want to have that. And the second step of the baby steps is that you have to pay off all your debt. It's my belief that you should not invest if you have debt because yeah, what does it mean to you when you invest in something and you have debt that eats up your savings? That that does not make sense and it holds you back a lot. So pay off your debt first before you invest, and then you should have 3 to 6 months of savings. And that's just if a big emergency happens, like the pandemic, or you get laid off at your job, then yeah, maybe you won't find something in the next 1 or 2 months or even 4 months, and then you are happy that you have yeah, some reserves that you can go back to and pay yeah, rent and food and all this kind of stuff, and you don't have to sell your assets like Bitcoin, stocks, or whatever. But when you have all of that, then you have a good basis to do that. And I gotta be very honest. When I first invested in Bitcoin, I was 18 at this point. Now I'm 25. I did not have that, honestly. But I was still living at home. My parents paid for the food. But yeah, I should have built up more reserves before that, before I invested in Bitcoin. I also got to say, I got to do that more, but now I do have all of that. I don't have that, and I have my savings, and so I don't, yeah, I have money to invest. So that's the basis that you should have. And after that, yeah, the step 4 that goes into that, he recommends that you invest 15% of your income in like stocks, bonds, or whatever you want to. And why not also invest that in Bitcoin if you want to invest in that? Yeah. I don't say that you have to invest in that, but when you have this foundation right here, then you can also speculate on the price of Bitcoin, and especially if you understand Bitcoin a little better, then you know a little better what you are actually doing. Then the next steps, if you have children and want to, yeah, save for their college, and if you actually have to, because in my country where I live, you don't really have to save for college because the state pays for it. You only have to pay for your living. But if you want to do that, you can do that. Then pay off your house is the sixth step, and build wealth and give. I like that a lot. Then yeah, giving is a great part of life. Like if you already have the resources and you can give, yeah, that's probably one of the best things that you can do, and it gives you a lot of joy. And yeah, I wanted to go through all the 7 baby steps, even though only the first 4 are really relevant for the topic today. But I think when I already make a video about Dave Ramsey, I can give him the credit and cover all the 7 steps. So that was basically the video that I wanted to share today. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like down below, subscribe, and we will see us in the next video. Bye guys.